So today I am going to be sharing with you how to create these little rosette embellishments. They're kind of like award ribbons. They're super cute. These are packaged up, ready to go out in a swap, but I thought I'd share with you how I make these. It's really simple. You can make these without dies. I am going to be using Scrap Diva Design dies just because it makes it so much easier, but you can absolutely make these little rosettes and these little fishtails down here without dies. So yeah, let's get right to it. So you're gonna cut out your rosette. As I mentioned, you can, do this without a die. I'm using a Tim Holtz die. It is my absolute favorite rosette die. You guys, I scoured the internet for this die and I actually bought it from a online shop that is in Ireland. So I got really lucky to be able to find it because I know it's out of stock everywhere. And so this is the one I use, the scalloped edge one. You get 3 in the set. And what I do is that I trim them down just a little, about 1/8 of an inch. So I just line it up to the 3/4 inch mark, making sure that all of it is lined up correctly and evenly as possible. And then you can use washi to put it in place just to make sure it doesn't move because it's so small, narrow, it does tend to move on you. But this is how much I'm cutting off this piece right here. So as I mentioned before, you can make this without a die. You can basically just cut a strip of paper that's 3/4 inches long or wide, I'm sorry, and then it would need to be 7 3/4 inches long. And then you're going to score that at every 1/4 inch. So every 1/4 inch, you do a little score mark, and that's going to give you your rosette. You're not going to have, this scalloped edge, but you can use shaped scissors if you have any, or you can just leave it as is. It's still going to be really, really cute. So that's how I trim down the rosettes. And then I use this pin flag die set from Scrap Diva Designs. Again, this is one of my favorites. You can use this for so many things. You can use this to make those little flag embellishments. You can use this to create sort of like a label style layering piece. You could add your stickers on here, your thickers, your word sentiments. It's just a really versatile, fun die set to have in your stash. And you get all of these different designs. You get these larger ones that have a stitching detail around them, and then these smaller ones that, just have a line embossed on them when you run them through your cutting machine. So these are the two that I tend to use the most. I love these, and even though there's a smaller one, I always tend to cut this one down. So anyway, let me show you what I did. So I took this one right here that has the fishtail like design on both sides. I ran that through my cutting machine, and that gives you a piece of paper that measures about 3 inches. So if you're doing this without a die, you would grab a piece of paper, you would cut a piece of paper that measures 3 inches, 3 by half. So it's a 1/2 inch wide and it's 3 inches long. And then what I do is I cut this in half. So at 1.5 inches, if you're using the die, you cut that in half, and that's going to give you your 2 little fishtails for your embellishment. So these are my little fishtails. They're going to be super cute. I love the stitching detail that it has on it because then you don't have to stitch. So it looks really cute just like that. Of course, you can stitch it if you want to, but it's not necessary. So that is what I use for the little fishtails. Then I use my circle nesting dies. I use the smallest one to cut out a back piece. So again, you could just use a hole punch or a a circle punch. You can draw a circle. You can draw any kind of piece. It could be a square, just something that's going to help you adhere your rosette. And then for the centers, I use this heart punch from Hobby Lobby. It actually came with 3. You get the heart, a star, and a circle. So I got these a couple years ago, but I believe they still carry them at Hobby Lobby. And I punched out these little gold glitter hearts. And so let's put one of these together. They're really simple to put together. I think they're so cute. So you just fold up on your rosette on those embossed lines. And this is what you would do, even if you're not using the die. Then I'm going to add some glue to this piece and adhere my rosette. And I'm actually missing a piece, but I'm just going to use my heart. Typically what I do is I add a little circle punch to the front of this, and I forgot to bring that just to hold that in place for my fishtails. Let me see. Add some glue here to the center and add my little heart. Once that is adhered, that's what that's going to look like. Now I want to add my little fishtails, and for the ones that I created earlier, I backed this on chipboard. I have glue all over my, just because I think it adds to it, and it just gives it a better look. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap these. So see, I have some chipboard on the back of that. And I think it just gives it just keeps these in place, and it just feels really good when you're using them. They just look really, really cute. I really love these so much. So I'll put that back in here. We're gonna adhere these. I kind of like to space it out on here, just like that. And then I'll add my glue, trying to hold those in place. And then you can, you know, adjust and as needed. So this is what we have so far. Isn't she so cute? And then in the back, to clean that up, we're going to use that circle die cut, and we'll just adhere that to the back. And so then you can use, you know, just some glue to attach these to your projects, or you can use some foam squares, glue dots. And of course you can add, you know, word sentiments on here. You can add maybe some puffy stickers. They're just so cute. So I'm going to do one more just to give this video some meat and have something to look at. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should do one with just regular paper, not using the die, so I can show you how you can recreate this. Yeah, let me do that really quickly. Okay, so I've cut my strip of paper that I'm going to use to create my rosette. It's 7 3/4 inches long, and it is 3/4 inches wide. So on the 7 3/4 side, we are going to score this at every 1/4 inch all the way down. So I've scored my paper at a 1/4 inch all the way down, and then I'm going to start to fold up on these score marks. And if you don't have a scoreboard, you can use a ruler to do this. It is really simple to make these rosettes. There's plenty of tutorials out there that can walk you step by step. There's some that show you how to do this using a ruler as well. So it's really easy to recreate some of these embellishments without, you know, any dies or cutting machines. Try to keep these as straight as possible. It's hard to do when the paper's so thin. So that is my little rosette. Let me move this out of the way. I'm gonna glue this together. And we're gonna form our little rosette. Use one of these little glittered hearts. If you don't have a hole punch, you can draw a heart and cut that out, or you can maybe print a little template and use that. Find a heart in your stash. Plenty of ways to create these little hearts. Then what I did is I cut these little pieces of paper to create my little fishtails. So I cut them. They measure a 1/2 inch by 1.5 inches. Wait, is that right? Yeah, they're a 1/2 inch wide and they're 1.5 inches long. And we are going to create our little fishtails. You can just eyeball this. Just like that. I do the little cut in the center and then just go from corner to center on both sides. Just like that. Then we are going to glue this. And again, we'll just measure it. My blade on my score tool is a little dull, so it doesn't cut out so perfectly. And then what I did is I just cut a little square piece of paper just to show you that you don't need, you know, it doesn't need to be a circle. You can just use a square if you don't have a circle die. And here is your little embellishment. So this is the one using dies. This is the one just using a score tool and scissors. Super cute, right? Of course, I love this look more. It just gives it a nicer, clean look. But they both work the same. They're super cute. So I hope that this has inspired you to get crafty today. Let me know if you have any questions. I have a code for scrapdivadesigns.com. That code is Patty10. So make sure to use that at checkout so you can get a discount if you're picking up these dies. Again, I used the circle nesting die. from the Essentials Bundle Kit. This die is amazing, guys. I have several tutorials on several things you can use this for. And then this is the pin flag die set. So I hope that you check them out. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.